Good morning, students. Today I am going to explain the topic of chapter number 7. So, chapter number 7 topic is average cost. Average cost. So, students, average cost. So, there are three types of average cost. First is average fixed cost, average variable cost, average variable cost, and third is average total cost or average cost. Okay, students, so these are the types of average cost. First, we understand what is average fixed cost. So, student, average fixed cost refers to the per unit fixed cost of production. Per unit fixed cost of production. Okay, so per unit fixed cost of production is called average fixed cost. Okay, this formula is average fixed cost is equal to total fixed cost by quantity per unit of production. Okay, per unit fixed cost of production is called average fixed cost. Next is average variable cost. So average variable cost is per unit per unit variable cost per unit variable cost on of production is called average variable cost. The formula of average variable cost, ABC, is average variable cost is equal to total variable cost by quantity per unit. Okay, so per unit variable cost of production is called average variable cost. Now come to the total cost. So total cost is, students, average total average cost or average cost refers to per unit total cost of production. Per unit total cost of production. So students, as you know that the total of production is the sum of fixed cost and variable cost. Okay, so average total cost is equal to is per unit total cost of production, means in this fixed cost is also applied and total of variable cost is also applied. Okay, so the formula of average cost is equal to average cost AC is equal to TC total cost by Q quantity. Okay, students, now we understand these different average cost, three different average cost with the help of table and with the help of graph. First we discuss average cost. Okay, students. So first is average fixed cost. So student, as I told you that average fixed cost equal to cost per unit, average fixed cost per unit. So average fixed cost is equal to total fixed cost by quantity. So student, I make a schedule here of average cost. So average cost schedule is represent the cost. So output in units. Second column for total fixed cost in rupee. Next column for average fixed cost. So students, this table shows the average fixed cost. So when the average fixed cost is represented through table, we called it average fixed cost schedule. Okay, so in this output is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and total fixed cost is 12. So fixed cost, no change in fixed cost. Okay, so fixed cost is constant, that's why it is called fixed cost. Okay, so when output is 0, students, still at that time fixed cost is 12, because fixed cost means the cost of machinery, cost of rent of a building in which production process is carrying on. So students, when output is 0, production, no change in fixed, total fixed cost. Okay, so total fixed cost is at the time paid by the owner or the employer when out, output is 0. Okay, so at that time average fixed cost, the formula of average fixed cost is total fixed cost by q. So in this 12 by q is nothing is here. After that 12 by 1, 12 by 1 is 12, 12 by 2 it is 6, 12 by 3 is 4, 12 by 4 it is 3, and 12 by 5 is equal to 2.40. So this is how we can calculate average fixed cost. So average fixed cost is equal to total fixed cost by number of units of output. Now if I am presenting this through a diagram, okay, so this is a graph y o axis. So along o x axis I am presenting output, okay, output of average fixed cost, and on y axis I am presenting the average fixed cost. So students, when output, so I'm writing output 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay students, average cost I am writing 2, 4, 6, 12, 14, 16. Okay, so when average cost, when output is 1, average cost is 12. Sorry, average cost is 0. Okay, when output is 2, average cost is 6. When output is 3, average cost is 4. When output is 4, average cost is 3. When output is 5, average cost is 2.40. Okay, so this is average cost. Clear students? So this is average cost curve, average fixed cost curve. Okay student, see. So students, the shape of average fixed cost is rectangular hyperbola. It approaches both axes, but it never touch these axes. Because why it never touch these axes? Because student, as I told you earlier, that fixed cost never be zero. Okay, so fixed cost never becomes zero. That's why the average fixed cost never becomes zero. Okay, so the average fixed cost curve never touches OX axis and no touches OY axis. Okay students, so average fixed cost can never touch in both axes. Okay, average fixed cost can never touch y axis, because at the zero level of output, total fixed cost is beared by the organization. Okay, so average fixed cost fall with the increase in output. So students, when output is increases, number of production is there, means at that time more profit is attained by the organization, so cost is covered. So when output is increases, the average fixed cost is decreasing. When output is decreasing, average fixed cost increasing. Okay students, so this is average fixed cost. Now I am explain the average variable cost. Okay, second is average variable cost. So students, average variable cost means the cost which is changes in short run. Okay, so average variable cost is student. average variable cost to the per unit variable cost of production. Okay, so average variable cost is equal to total variable cost by quantity. Okay, so I'm making a average variable cost schedule. Okay, so in this output in units, second for total variable cost, third for average variable cost. So output is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total variable cost is students 0, 6, 10, 15, 24, 35. So students see when output is 0, average total variable cost is 0. Okay, so no variable cost is paid. Variable cost, what is variable cost? Variable cost means the payment of wages. Okay, number thing. Okay, purchasing of raw material. So when no output is there, no total variable cost is there. Okay, student. So average cost is total by output. So 0, 6 by 1, 6, 10 by 2, 5, 15 by 3, 5. After that 24 by 4, 24 by 4, 6, and 35 by 5 is equal to 7. So see, variable average variable cost. Now I am presenting the average variable cost with the help of a diagram. So y o x, on OX axis I am presenting output. On OY axis I am presenting output. Output units are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And on OI I am presenting average variable cost. So average variable cost is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so when output is 0, average variable cost is also 0. So see students, average variable cost started from the origin. Okay, touch the OX axis because it is 0. Okay, so when output is 0, average cost is also 0. When output is 2, average variable cost is 6. Okay, when output is 3, average variable cost is 5. Average variable cost is 5. When output is 4, it is also 5. When output is 0, 1, 2, 3. When it is 2, it is 6. When it is 5, average variable cost is 5. When it is 4, average variable cost is 6. Okay, so when it is 5, average variable cost is 7. So this is the average variable cost. So see students, average variable cost, the curve of average variable cost. So the shape of average variable cost is U shaped. So its shape is U shaped. Okay, so due to the why it is U shaped, because due to the law of variable proportion. That as the number of variable, one input variable is increased, production is increasing at a increasing rate. After that it is decreasing. After that it is increasing but at a decreasing rate. Then it falls. So when law of proportion is applied on average cost, when the production is increased, at that time average variable cost is decreasing. When production is decreasing, average variable cost is increasing. Why? Because when production is increased, no sale is there, no profit is there. So at that time, average variable cost means the organization, the business must bear these costs. They must pay expenses. Okay, so when production is low, average variable cost is increasing. Okay, students. Next is average total cost or average cost. Average total cost or average cost. Okay, so average cost is equal to total cost by quantity. So student, I am presenting average cost through, sorry, total cost through the table. Okay, so output output is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so student, as you know that average total cost is equal to uh, total cost is equal to total fixed cost plus total variable cost. So we can find average cost is equal to total of average fixed cost and total of average variable cost. Okay, so the total of these, okay, first and second, I'm writing it average fixed cost plus average variable cost is equal to average cost. Okay, so in the first schedules that we made, in that average fixed cost is 0, after that it is 12, 6, 4, 3 and 2.40, and average variable cost is 0 at this stage. After that it is 6, 5, 5, 6 and 7. Now combining these average fixed cost and average variable cost, we can find average cost. So first is 0, 12 plus 6, 6 plus 5, 4 plus 5, 9, 3 plus 6, 9, 2.40 plus 7 is equal to 7, 8, 9, 9.40. Okay students, so this is a schedule of, average cost. So average cost, how we can obtain average cost? Average cost is equal to, as I read that total cost is equal to total variable cost plus total fixed cost. Similarly, average cost is the total of average fixed cost and average variable cost. So now the last column of this table is average cost. Now I am presenting the average cost with the help of by considering this table. I am presenting average cost. Okay, so axis y o x-axis. So student, in this quantity, in this I am presenting. Now I am taking all these three: average fixed cost, average variable cost, and average cost on this single. So it will be more easy to understand this average cost also and the relationship also. So students, first I prepare the average fixed cost. So output is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and on the y axis I am taking the units. So units 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, AFC, ABC and AC. Okay, so 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 18 and this. Okay students, so when output is 0, no average cost, no fixed cost, no average variable cost. When output is 1, average fixed cost is, first we consider average fixed cost. Average fixed cost is 12. After that it is 6. It is 6. After that it is 4. On 3 output unit is 4. After that it is 3. And after that it is 2.40. So this curve shows average fixed cost. Now I am presenting, now considering the third column of average variable cost and presenting this on a on this graph. So first it is 0 and second it is when first unit is there it is 6. After that it is 5, then 5 again on 3 units. After that at 4 it is 6, and after fifth unit it is 7. So 7 is there. So see, This this U-shaped curve shows average variable cost. Now come to the average cost, that is average total cost. So average total cost, when one unit is there, when zero output, no fixed cost, no variable cost is there, average variable cost. Okay, when one output is there, average cost is 80. When two units is there, average cost is 11. Here when three units are there, it is 9. When at fourth unit it is also 9. At fifth unit it is 9.40. So above 9, 9.40. So see students, this the above curve, the above from average variable cost and average fixed cost. So this is average fixed cost, and this curve, this last curve shows average cost. So see students, average cost is above from average fixed cost and average variable cost. So average variable cost, so average cost is the total of average fixed cost and average variable cost. That's why it shows on the above of these. Okay, so in the given in this table, AC is calculated by AFC and ABC. Okay, after that AC curve obtained by vertical summation of AFC and ABC curve. So this is a summation of these. Now we get average cost. So now student, what is the relationship between, so we will understand the relationship between average variable cost, average fixed cost and average cost by seeing this. So student, AC curve will always lie above the ABC and FC because AC at all levels of output is vertical summation of ABC and FC. So students, AC curve always lie upward, up from these two curves because AC is the summation of AFC and ABC. Yes. After that, the minimum point of AC curve, point A. So this is point A. Okay. At point A, it is 9. Okay, the minimum point of AC curve lies to the right of the minimum of AFC, that is point B. So this is point B. At this point, ABC and AFC both are minimum. Okay, so it is right from the AC curve. After that, as output increases, the gap of AC and ABC curve decreases. See, as the output increasing, the gap between AC and ABC, average variable cost and average fixed cost, is decreasing. Okay students, so see, average variable cost is come together with this AC curve. So the gap of ABC and AC increases as the output increasing. Okay. Next is as the output increasing, AC and ABC curve never intersect. So these curve never intersect, these go upward and upward. Okay, but these curve AC and ABC never touch or never cut each other. Okay, so this is the relationship between average cost and average variable cost and average fixed cost. Clear students?